Welcome to episode 36 of Basics and Beyond the podcast. What really is extreme? In this episode, I'm breaking down why taking care of yourself isn't extreme, it's essential. I'm going to share what I learned through my competition prep a little bit, my marathon days, and my not so healthy habits in the past. And you're going to hear how structure, consistency, and mindset shapes your version of health, not anyone else's. Come join us to talk about what really is extreme. Welcome to episode 36 of Basics and Beyond the podcast. I'm Coach Laura, your host. So happy to have you here today. We're going to talk about a topic that might rile you up a little bit. I kind of hope it does. Because guess what? It riles me up a little bit. It is an interesting topic that came to me honestly this morning. I was WhatsApping a friend, and he was asking about my bodybuilding competition that I had done about a month ago, just over 4 weeks. And he's not the only person who said this. It just happened to hit me a certain way this morning after doing some other things. And I thought, man, we need to talk about this. Doing that competition, I've gotten a lot of feedback from people, and it's all been wonderful. One of the pieces of feedback that I get quite often is, wow, you have so much discipline. I could never do that. And I'm here to tell you it's not all about discipline, because I'm not that disciplined. It's a different thing. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Other things that come up, and this has come up honestly just a few times. Once while I was prepping for the show, a person had mentioned this to me in a really interesting way. And this morning in particular, is the concept that, oh my gosh, you have done something that's so extreme. I could never do that. Which is an interesting concept to me, because as I've gone through my life, I've done a lot of things that people who don't necessarily do them might think are extreme. For example, I have run a lot of marathons. I have run twice as many half marathons. I was just reading this weekend with the New York City Marathon happening that less than 1% of the entire world's population will ever in their lifetime run a marathon. So right now, less than 1% of the entire world's population has ever done it. And I did it 6 times. Whoopee. Right? Okay, great. Like, I'm not going to wear that as a badge of honor. I wanted to do it, and I did it, and I trained, and I did. However, there are also things that I have done, like I weigh my food. I make sure I go for walks. I drink my water every day, that some people might think is extreme when partnered with an end goal, right? So a bodybuilding competition, is that kind of outside the norm for most people? Absolutely. Just like marathons are. Most people will never do a bodybuilding competition in their life for a variety of reasons. The biggest one of which is they don't want to. Right? But when I hear that it's extreme, what I've done is extreme, what people also say is it healthy? It's not healthy. That's just too extreme. It's not healthy. And I'm here to challenge that with everyday life, what most people do. If you're smoking and you're drinking and you're eating a ton of fried foods and a bunch of foods that you are not creating yourself in your home, that's extreme. When we think about how healthy we are, and we think about the healthy things we do, and there's a big push for people to be healthier. I mean, think about it. All the pharmaceutical companies are like, hey, take our drug, you'll be healthier, which is not necessarily true. You're taking their drug because you're not healthy. So let's go back to the basics, right? So what is extreme, and what does that really mean? What does that really mean? If we look at the dictionary definition of it versus the actual societal definition of it, most people in society think that something is extreme from their opinion and their perspective if it is something that they feel they would never, could never, don't want to do ever. Great. Does that make it bad? No. But does that really make it extreme? Because if we really look at what's going on, if we really look at what is being quoted as healthy or not healthy or all those things, if we really look at people's everyday lives, what really is extreme? How are we as individuals? And I'm coming at you from me as a person, right? My perspective. How are we as individuals categorizing what we're doing in our lives? Because I'll tell you what, from my side of the coin, it's extreme to get up every morning and the first thing you do is have a cigarette because your body is craving it. And it hurts to have that first cigarette. How do I know? I used to be a smoker. The first one hurts. Hey, there's a red flag. Your body's like, hey, this is extreme. This is not something I want. This thing is killing me. Every breath you take of that cigarette is killing you. Every one of them. When you drink, and I used to drink, oh God, I had a good time in my 20s, people. I'm just saying, I used to drink. Every drink you take is unhealthy. Every drink you take, every sip of alcohol, there's zero health benefit to alcohol. And I'm talking about mental health too. So all y'all out there who are like, hey, it relaxes me and it de-stresses me. No, it really doesn't. It doesn't help you. And your body is sending up red flags all over the place. Hey, this isn't good for me. This is unhealthy. This is extreme. If you're spending your weekends eating crap food, if you're eating out more days than you're not, your body is inflamed, and that means your body's sending up red flags. This isn't healthy for me. This is extreme. Your body is telling you these things are extreme. Your brain and your belief system is telling you this is just what everybody's doing. So then we go, well, it's not extreme if everyone's doing it. But if very few people are doing it, then it's extreme. That's our perspective in this society. Is it true? Is it true? Because those of us out here who are in the health space, health coaching space, lots of my coach friends and my friends and people I talk to and the work that I do and the people that I work with, we're out here trying to be healthy. And I guarantee you, every one of you wants to be healthier. You want to feel better every day. You want to make those healthy decisions, those things that make your body go, yes, this is what I need, so that I don't have to be on medication, so that I can play with my children, so that I can do my job, so I can wake up energized, so I can get good sleep, so that my skin feels good, so my body looks good, so my relationships are fantastic. Those small choices that you make every day are not extreme. They should be the norm, and they're not. And when we see other people doing things that show us, maybe, yes, you don't have to do bodybuilding. You don't have to run a marathon. You don't have to train for that. You don't have to be a world-class power lifter, right? You don't have to do those things. But you can be on the continuum. And you can look at those people and be truly honest and say, man, they put in a ton of hard work. When you think it's just discipline, think again. It is hard work. And it's not just the physical, it's the mental aspect of it. Because when you're not smoking, when you're not going out for drinks, you can go out. But when you're not drinking, and when you're not eating crap food all the time, and yes, I call it crap food. Okay. When you are making most of your food at home, and when you are drinking your water, and when you are holding yourself to your sleep schedule, and when you are building those lasting relationships and those meaningful relationships, and you're doing the hard work, it's hard. That's why we call it hard work. That's why so many people can benefit from a coach, because doing it on your own is even harder, because you also have that outside pressure of those people saying, that's extreme. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't go out to eat on the weekends? What do you mean you don't go out and have beers? Come on, just have a beer, just have a drink, just have a, right? That makes it harder to be healthy. It is not extreme to make healthy choices. In my opinion, it's extreme to not listen to your body tell you the things you're doing is killing it. The choices you're making, you either thrive or you die. Every little choice that you make, that's what happens. Am I saying it's easy? It's not easy. And we fall off the wagon, and it doesn't have to be 100% of the time. But this mindset around the fact that being healthy is weird, that people who don't drink are weird, or maybe, I hear it all the time, right? If you don't drink, people either think you're an alcoholic and you have a problem, or out where I live, you're a Mormon because Mormons aren't supposed to drink, right? There's something wrong with you. In my world, if you don't drink, there's something right with you, because you know exactly what that's doing to your body, and you know exactly what that's doing to your mind. Same with smoking. And I used to drink and smoke. So don't come at me, or go ahead and come at me. I don't care, because it is the truth. And we all know it. We all know we should be eating better. We all know we should be eating foods that are more healthy for us the majority of the time. We all know we need a certain amount of sleep. We all know we need to get out in nature. We all know we need to move our bodies. We all know we need to strength train. The hard part is doing it and changing the mindset around how we feel about it, how we perceive it. If we look at it as extreme, or if we look at it as, I love myself and I'm going to do these things so I feel good, no matter what other people think. And that's very difficult. So when you're thinking about things that are extreme, or you start to scroll social media, please, God, stop doing that, by the way. But when you see people doing things that are not things you're used to seeing people do, or not things you've thought of doing, or things previously that you've thought was a little out there, check yourself. Ask yourself, where does that belief come from? Why is that popping up for you? Why? It might have more to do with you than with what that other person is doing. That's why we have coaches, to help us change our mindset, change our attitudes, change our perspectives, and build those strategies to help us feel healthier. So, and redefine who you are and how you think and where your mindset shift needs to happen. Because if we do that on our own, as individuals in our own life, we can make a huge difference, not just in our circle, but in the larger society. Go have a great day. I will see you for episode 37.